Hello, hope you're having a great day. Today's Monday and I'm excited for another week. It certainly hasn't always been like that in my life. Mondays were a lot of the time a time to regret silly things that I've done at the weekend, regret the fact that I might have gone out and spent all my money, and just sort of looking forward to the next opportunity I had to get wasted. Maybe that would be the next weekend, although, there have been phases in my life where I was just getting high every day at work. So, maybe I'd just be looking forward to the next line I was going to do, on my break or in my van. But, nowadays, most of the time I'm excited for a new week. I've already got plans in my mind of what I want to accomplish in terms of getting work done. All right, I usually sort of plan to do more than is actually possible. So I'm technically always failing, but that's just what I do to, keep me pushing forward and keep me doing as much as I can. And I'm grateful to be living this life now where I am focused on things that I didn't used to care about. I didn't used to care about my health. I didn't used to care about how I looked. I didn't used to care about anything really. I just assumed that I was supposed to be one of those people that wasn't really worthy of actual happiness. But, nowadays my main focus is, keeping myself physically and mentally and spiritually healthy, and, just trying to inspire other people to live better lives as well through these videos. But I know it's not for everyone, and that's absolutely fine, because ultimately, as much as I love the fact that loads of people are inspired by what I'm doing to live better lives themselves, I know a lot of you guys out there that have got in touch with me have been inspired to stop taking drugs and, just living more healthily yourselves, which is awesome. But ultimately, the most important person in my life is me. And I just focus on me, because, I can't inspire anyone unless I sort myself out anyway, right? Now, this morning, I did wake up at 7 when my first alarm went, and then woke up again when my 7:30 alarm went, which is, what's supposed to happen. And then I ended up laying in bed for about 45 minutes before I actually end up getting out of bed. So I've wasted 45 minutes in my eyes, and I need to acknowledge that. Yes, I'm happy that I didn't stay in bed until 11 a.m, which is very possible because I've got such an inherently lazy mind that tries to overcome me every morning. I have still wasted 45 minutes. And that's 45 minutes that I now won't be able to use later on in the day. It's getting darker earlier now. So, once I've done everything I need to do before I can leave the house, I'm now going to have less time to do other things, whether it be working on the cars, whether it be whatever. That's if I manage to get out once I've, finished editing the car video that I need to do and editing yesterday's video on this channel. But I'm acknowledging the fact that I have wasted 45 minutes this morning. I'm not beating myself up about it too much, but I am acknowledging the fact that I've wasted 45 minutes. Ideally, I should be getting straight out of bed at 7:30 and getting cracking. But, I'm not there yet. Self-improvement is a gradual thing, a lifelong journey. And I'm right at the beginning of it. Some of you guys out there might watch these videos and think that what I'm doing is a bit extreme, a bit crazy. Like, getting up every day and meditating every day and writing in a journal, exercising every day. Like, you might see that as extreme. Well, in reality, it's not extreme. I'm like 1% of where I want to be. I might be extreme to, what most people do in the morning, what a lot of people do in the morning. A lot of people will wake up, have a coffee straight away just because they can't function without a coffee. Then they might have a cigarette straight away. Then they might end up having, some breakfast cereal, full of sugar, and then, reluctantly make their way to work with the ump and crack on with their normal day. But look, the way I see it is, if you've never tried to live a life where, you do get up and try and do a little bit of exercise every day, where you do try and do some sort of exercise in mindfulness, like meditating or writing a gratitude journal. If you've never tried to get up and go for a walk around the block to get a load of sunlight in your eyes before you have your breakfast, if you've never tried to get yourself going before you have that first cup of coffee, if you've never tried any of these things, and actually tried them for a period of time, then you don't have a right to tell me that my morning is extreme. My morning, as far as I'm concerned, isn't extreme enough. I'm nowhere near where I want to be in terms of my morning routine. What I've learned from watching other people and from implementing things myself, which, you know, I have stepped up a gear on this latest attempt of mine at staying sober and staying clean from drugs. You know, what I've learned is that having a morning routine like this is amazing for your whole life. It's just, you know, this kind of morning routine is quite weird and it's not what most people do. I'd like to be doing more exercise in the morning. I'd like to be doing longer meditations, etc., etc. You know, although I do want to step it up as time goes on. If you're someone that doesn't do any exercise in the morning, then doing one push-up every morning is going to benefit you massively. You know, if you're the kind of person that doesn't do anything in terms of mindfulness in the morning, you know, just doing one mindful breath every morning is going to help you massively. You know, literally just sit there, take 5 seconds to like breathe in, you know, follow that breath all the way to your stomach and then breathe out. You know, where you're literally just focusing on that breath. If you did one breath like that every morning, it's going to help you massively. If you did one push-up every morning, it's going to help you massively. If you just delayed your coffee for 10 minutes, you know, until you've sort of woken up, rather than it being the first thing you do in the morning. If you do that every day, it's going to help your life massively. If you write down one thing that you're grateful for, like every morning, you know, it will take you 5 seconds. You know, just write anything that you're grateful for in your life, but do it every day. That's going to help your life massively. You know, you could do that one push-up, that one mindful breath, write that one thing down every morning. And if you do it every morning, it's going to help you massively. And then it's going to kickstart you. And eventually, yeah, you're going to want to do 2, 3 push-ups. You're going to want to spend a little bit more time writing down what you're grateful for. You might want to sit there and do half a dozen mindful breaths. But, you know, ultimately, just doing one of each of those things is going to help you massively. And if you've never tried doing that sort of thing, then, you know, you've got no right to look at my morning routine and think that it's extreme, or, you know, write comments to me or messages to me trying to persuade me to stop doing what I'm doing because it's too extreme. Like, when it's not. Like, it's not extreme at all. I'm still a lazy degenerate that fails to get up when I should every morning. And then I'm really slow to get through my morning routine. What I should be doing, you know, is I should be getting up at 7:30. I should be bombing through this routine that I've got, you know, with effort and with appreciation for the fact that it is making my life better. And, you know, I should be done by, you know, 8:30. And then I should be cracking on with work and working hard all day. And then getting to a point where at the end of the day, I'm deserved of a nice sleep before getting up and doing it all again. But, you know, I'm not there yet. I am inherently lazy. I do have voices in my head pulling me from one direction to the other. You know, just getting out of bed for me is a battle every morning, but it is what it is. You know, I'm grateful to be living this life, even with my battles. I'm grateful that I'm not, you know, living in a prison of drink and drug use and, you know, instant gratification things. But I also understand that that lifestyle is waiting there for me for whenever I choose to go back to it. You know, it's literally just waiting for me. And if I don't want to go back to that lifestyle, which I don't, then I have to keep cracking on with my current lifestyle. And that's what I intend to do. So look, bit of a waffle for the intro to this video. But as usual, I am turning the camera on after I've been for my walk around the block. And before that, I did things like meditated, wrote in my journal. I've already had my vitamin C and my salt water and, you know, 6 glasses of water, you know, just after I woke up. But yeah, now it's time to crack on with my exercises. And it's about time I banged out one of my shoulder exercises, mainly with the light dumbbells. So yeah, let's crack on with it. And I'm going to listen to some motivational Andrew Tate stuff while I bang out this workout. Now, next on my agenda is a cold shower. I don't want to get in there, but I know that's going to do me good. To cause myself a little bit of healthy suffering is a good thing, and I'll be rewarded once I get out of it because it gives you a rush of dopamine, which is something that drug addicts like me live for. And then after I've had my cold shower, I'm going to have my healthy breakfast and all my other supplements that I need to make myself into the healthiest person that I can. I'm loving the trap pump. All right, so after my cold shower and my breakfast earlier, I dived into editing the car video, and it's taken ages, which is absolutely fine. For the most part, I have, kept my head in my MacBook and kept chipping away at it. But it's just one of those videos that, takes ages to edit. And I mentioned yesterday in the video that it's also been a bit intensive on the processor on my computer. So, my computer's not being as fast as I would like. But yeah, that's the way it goes, and the video is now thankfully edited and uploaded, and I've edited yesterday's video on this channel. But, it is now already starting to get dark outside, which unfortunately means I haven't been able to get out and, do other stuff, with the cars and, start filming another car video. But that's the way it is. I'm happy that for the most part I have, stay productive today. There's definitely an argument for me potentially working a bit more efficiently. This was the kind of video where if you don't do things in the correct order, it can lengthen how long the video takes to edit. So yeah, there is an argument that I could have worked a bit smarter, but I think at this stage in me trying to improve myself, because I do consider myself, still at the beginning of my self-improvement. Yeah, at this stage, it's more important for me to focus on working hard than working smart. Once you get to the point where you've exhausted all opportunities of working harder, then you can start working smarter. There's no point worrying about working smart when you are basically still lazy and you're not working hard. That's my opinion. And in terms of my self-improvement, my opinion is all that counts. Now, I do still need to do the thumbnails for the videos and stuff. It's still a few hours before they're released. And I was sort of considering, maybe I could go around to the garage here at home. I need to have a bit of a tidy up with my tools and have a look at my tyre situation, because one of the things I'm thinking about doing this week, or certainly soon anyway, is go to the tyre shop, get some of my sort of drift spares put onto wheels, and I need to get a couple of new tyres for one of the cars and then transfer some nearly new tyres from one set of wheels onto the other car. So yeah, I was considering going around the garage and having a little bit of a tidy up and doing that. But I think it's better for me to just, first of all, make sure I go to the gym early-ish this evening and just free myself up to do everything else that I've got to do. There's always stuff to do, and then try and really hit the ground running tomorrow. So that's the plan. But I've just made myself some lunch, as is usually the case. I'm having chicken and salad with cheese sandwiches. So yeah, I'm going to eat this and crack on with something or other. But definitely within the next couple of hours, I'm probably going to try and get myself to the gym for an intense leg session. All right, I've made it to the gym, and it's not early at all. It's coming up to 7:30. The day just seems to be running away from me today, but I've got no one to blame but myself. I just haven't been, efficient enough today. Definitely caught myself scrolling a couple of times since the last time I spoke to you, but we are where we are. I've got leg day today. Definitely not 100% up for it, but that is usually the case with leg day. Leg day is intense. It's going to be a killer, but it's got to be done. So I'm going to get in there and get it done. Well, that was a pretty intense leg session. I definitely felt like I was down on strength. I think it was when I was doing the leg curl, but I mean, we did loads of squats on Friday when I went to the gym with Kat. Then Saturday I went boxing, and as a finisher of our boxing class, they made us do 100 burpees. And then we done loads and loads of walking yesterday at the car show. So, you know, I'm probably technically overtraining if you was to look at it in the sense of, you know, am I doing any training that's not getting me any gains? Then yeah, probably, but I'm not looking to maximise gains. I'm just trying to turn myself into the strongest person possible, you know, mentally and physically. So, you know, a little bit of overtraining is definitely going to make me more mentally strong in my eyes. And as I've explained, I need to get into the habit of, you know, working out every day, doing what I need to do every day, not worrying about whether I'm doing too much in terms of, you know, results. But yeah, ended up doing a full leg session. There was a big part of me that wasn't going to bother doing the hip adduction and the hip abduction. And then I sort of snapped out of that and remembered that the whole point of this self-improvement is to stop being a bitch. And ultimately, those two machines are a good finisher to a leg session. And they're never taken either. They're very quiet. So I can literally go on one and then just superset between them as a finisher. So that's what I did. So yeah, loads of resistance in my mind while I was in the gym today. A big part of me didn't want to be there, but so glad that I ended up doing a really intense leg session. Now I've come home and I'm showered, and now it's time for me to have some dinner. My beautiful girlfriend has knocked me up some chicken and eggs, and I'm having one of my super salads with it. Actually feels like ages since I've had a salad, because when Kat was doing nights last week, she was, you know, making me pasta and stir fries and, you know, chicken and bacon and rice and that sort of thing. So yeah, really looking forward to this. I'm gonna have a protein yogurt for dessert, obviously, and Kat has just knocked up our smoothies as well. Now, on the face of it, today would seem like, you know, I've been going at it, right? I had quite an intense shoulder session at home this morning. Obviously done quite an intense leg session in the gym this evening. I've released another car video, obviously released yesterday's video on this channel. But, you know, if I'm being honest with myself, I've definitely not got done as much as I could have. You know, caught myself scrolling a couple of times today. Wasted 45 minutes trying to get out of bed this morning. And it might seem harsh, you know, that I'm sort of acknowledging all these failures, but, you know, that's what it's all about. You know, I've got a long way to go until I'm, you know, at the level that I want to be. But, you know, I am proud of myself for all the things that I have achieved today. You know, it's just a shame that I didn't sort of get out and manage to do any other stuff apart from, you know, what I got done here at home. But yeah, the car edit did, you know, take longer to edit than I was expecting, as is usually the case. You know, I always plan to do more than is really possible. Like, that's just how I keep myself going. So it does technically mean that I always fail. But yeah, it benefits me, you know, living life that way. I can actually feel I've got a bit of a migraine coming. I'm going to go and down some salt water to try and prevent that. But tonight, I think I'm going to try and do a little bit of work just to leave myself not loads to do in the morning, so that then I can realistically get out and about early tomorrow. So yeah, that's the plan. We'll see how well I do. You know, it's all about whether I manage to get up in the morning, which is a battle every day. So yeah, I'm going to eat my dinner. I'm actually going to end this video here, but as always, massive thanks to everyone who's tuned in. I hope it's been somewhat helpful or motivational. Feel free to say hello in the comments and we'll have a chat, or get in touch through the usual channels. All the links to everything will be in the description as usual. But other than that, I'll chat to you tomorrow.